with that Ryan during the CJ man, obviously a first half move, so things that little like.
I knew I was the read on that play. We've thrown and caught that ball 1,000 times in practice, especially a lot throughout that week. CJ put on the outside shoulder in the perfect place where it had to be, and there was just no one there when I turned up.
What was your thought when Jaxon went out? I mean, that was a big blow. It could have been a really big blow. And what were your thoughts?
I mean, we knew in the week we were already down, 2 guys. We didn't know Julian was a go for the game or not. He ended up not playing, so we knew we were down Julian and Bab. So we worked early in the week, just knowing every position, make sure you're locked in. Being able to switch in and out just in case some dude got tired or hurt. And when Jaxon went down, we just felt very confident in being able to execute our plays.
Is there a big difference between returning kicks and returning punts?
Yeah, I think there is a pretty big difference when it comes to returning a punt. You don't really want to rock into the catch as much. You want to really secure it, especially if you're going to fair catch it. There's no need to rock into it. When you're returning a kick, you want to get that momentum so you can hit it full speed, read it out as your blocks develop.
Saturday, so a couple times it seemed like you were daring to hit it over your head.
Right. I mean, the first 2 punts were pretty short. I think one of them was like 20-something yards. The other one was 33, so we decided to scoop me up. And then the next one was over my head, so there's not much you could do about it. Just trusting the coaching and where they're going to put you, and we'll be in a better spot this upcoming Saturday.
I'm sure you had. Go ahead, Steve.
CJ, he kind of got his perspective on that throw he had to you where he's kind of behind you and why he put it where it was. What was the conversation on that throw on the sideline when you guys were kind of reviewing?
Which player are you talking about?
I think you're coming across to the left side.
Before the field goal.
Yeah, before the field goal.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We kind of schemed up that play. It didn't work out the way we wanted it to. So we kind of just weren't on the same page there. That's all I can say about that.
When you're in the slot versus when you're outside, because you were kind of everywhere, especially once Jaxon got hurt, what are maybe some things you have to be aware of in the slot that maybe don't necessarily apply when you're outside?
Yeah, a big thing for the slot is just getting your depth, speed off the ball, stealing yards, because you don't have that guy in your face like you do in the outside and press man coverage. So that's definitely a big difference. And in the slot you're blocking bigger guys. Sometimes you're messing around in the box with linebackers or safeties traditionally way more than corners. So just playing a little bigger in the slot as opposed to outside.
Emeka, I'm sure you had big expectations for the end of the year. How did it feel to have your coming out party, especially in such a big game? And how does that change your expectations for the rest of the season for you personally?
Yeah, I mean, I was just really concerned about the team win. We ended up getting it, and that was the best part of my night. It didn't matter if I caught a touchdown. It didn't matter if I had any catches at all. And as far as the rest of the season goes, it's the same thing. We're looking to, get as far as we can this thing, and I think we have a great squad to do so, and we're trying to make a run this year.
Was your phone blowing up after the game, I'm sure? Like with family, friends, maybe friends and family you haven't heard of it?
Yeah, I mean, for sure. My phone's blown up a little bit, but, I love all the support I get. I couldn't have made it to this point without everyone in my corner, coaches and family and, all of the above. So I'm grateful for everyone.
Does the mentality change at all with, the injury situations with a couple of other guys and knowing that you might be relied on more of a focal point in the offense in some of these games coming up in the next couple of weeks?
I don't think it changes too much. At the end of the day, football is football. I've played it my whole life, so is everyone else on the roster. So, I mean, we're going to go out there Saturday and every Saturday to come, and we're just going to play the game that we love. It doesn't matter if you're the main target on the offense. You're just, you're there to do your job, and if you do your job well, then it's going to be a good day.
What does David Johnson mean to the receiving room, and how cool is that moment for him on Saturday?
I mean, no one can tell you what X means, not just to the receiver room, to the entire team. He's a leader. People want to be around him. People want to follow him. He just really sets a standard for what a Buckeye is, honestly. And it's great to see him in the game he had. I'm excited for the rest of the season, and I'm just glad to call him my brother. No, I don't think it changes much. Obviously, we'd love to have Jaxon, but at the end of the day, everyone in BuckeyeNation can be extremely confident with who Coach Hart puts on the field, and we're ready to execute everything depending on who we have or not.
That had to be a big help going into this game. What happened in the Rose Bowl with the opt-outs, and then to thrust you guys into a good for him in this kind of situation. And we're doing the same thing with Jaxon.
So what's your question?
What I'm saying is the Rose Bowl prepared you for Jackson going out
Right.
against Notre Dame. That was a big shock in that going into these games, sort of. No Garrett.
Right. Yeah, I mean, having that experience in the Rose Bowl, me and Marvin and Julian all playing more, getting acclimated to, the throws CJ's going to make and stuff like that, and just getting in rhythm with him was really big, and I think that showed on Saturday.
Just kind of brag about what makes your skill set so suitable in the slot?
I would say I feel very confident in my abilities at receiver. The slot's asked to do some different things that the outside doesn't do, especially when you get that mismatch on safeties. So, I mean, there's nothing I think I can't do on the field. And, just playing with that confidence in the slot and knowing that you're not going against a guy who traditionally guards man-to-man and stuff like that, just having that mismatch is big.
You like that? You see the safety?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
What are you thinking when you see the safety?
Speed off the ball, get him to open up, flip his hips, mess with the top end of the route, see what I can do, and then make a play on the ball.
Emeka, do you remember saying anything to Xavier when it was obvious he was going to have to play more? Any kind of encouragement or any kind of key words or key phrase?
I actually do remember. I went over to X on the sideline when I knew that he was going to be going in the slot and bumping me to outside. I went over to him and I said, do what you've always done. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's had a great fall camp, a great spring. I mean, anyone who's been here at practice a lot could see that he's done so well. I can't speak enough about how he's done. And I just walked up to him, tapped him on the helmet, and told him to just put on display what he's been working.
What does it mean for him? Because you've been in this position. What does it mean for him to have significant time? How much different a player are you the next game? You understand what I'm saying? I mean, from a confidence standpoint, or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah,
I know he's played with special teams forever.
Yeah, getting those jitters out is big. I remember, going into Saturday, I knew it was going to be, really my first collegiate start. And I was confident, but I was also nervous at the same time. But the first time those pads hit, kind of all the nerves wash away. So having X get that first touchdown under his belt, his first catch, I mean that's so big for him. And I'm excited to see what he does this week and all the weeks to come.
Did you feel a responsibility going into that game that you hadn't felt before in college? You understand what I mean, being a starter? You understand what I'm saying? Meaning, you're not a guy that's going in and kind of, enhancing things. You're one of the dudes from the start.
There's definitely more of a responsibility I felt, but I knew that I had put in the work. I knew that I knew all the plays from every position on the field, every wide receiver position that is, and I knew, if I just went out there and I execute my plays like I do in practice and like I do in the walkthroughs and just, trust my hands like I do on the jugs machine every day with Marvin and X and all them guys, I knew I was going to be all right.
How much were you working at the slot before Saturday with Jackson in practice?
Coach Hart does a good job of moving us all around. When we take sets in practice, he'll just be like, Mac, you go in the slot. Marvin, you go to the field receiver. We mix and match a lot. So we're very confident in being able to know the plays and execute them at a high level. And that's a lot of credit to Coach Hart because he moves us around, makes sure we're good with everything. And, a lot of the stuff that it comes with moving around receiver, it's not just knowing your route, not just knowing your plays, but knowing where to line up, knowing what coverage you're looking for, knowing if you're the read or you're not the read, stuff like that.
I wanted to ask you about someone on defense too. Tanner McAllister, what's he like to go up against the practice?
Yeah, T-Mac's a great competitor, and especially when I played in the slot a lot. He does really well on the field. He's a great leader off the field, and I'm really glad that he transferred here.
You mentioned his first on the slot, moving around in practices. Are you in the slot as much as you are outside? Like typically, what's like?
It's pretty even, honestly, 50-50 split. You try to get all the plays you can because you don't know what the situation is going to be like on Saturday. Like Jax went down, I didn't know if I was going to be playing slot, outside, so you just got to be prepared for everything.
So is your level of comfort kind of slot outside about the same? Like you feel
Yeah, I'd say so.
particulars, but
Yeah, I'd say I feel about confident in both.
Mecca, this might sound
Two
silly,
more questions, guys.
just deal with it a little bit. Just don't give away all the secrets, obviously, but when you're in the slot, when it's man coverage versus zone coverage, what are some of the things you're trying to look for when you're trying to navigate when you're running around in the slot? And man coverage versus zone coverage.
Yeah. I feel like zone, it's all about stealing depth and getting to your spot. It's all about spacing. So, you know, when you're in zone, you really got to be, you know, punctual and like direct with your spots and where you're at on the field. When it's man, it's kind of just like a win mindset, attack leverage, get him to flip his hips, and then whatever route you have, just make your break and expect the ball to go up.
When it's zone, how do you work on that feeling, or is it just something you kind of have naturally?
Yeah, the biggest thing is just speed off the ball, and speed off the ball comes with repetition and confidence. If you're fast off the ball, it gets everyone to back up. You get your depth quicker, and that's something it sounds simple, but you don't really learn it until you get to college, frankly. Like in high school, I remember I would just ooze off the ball, kind of just read what was happening, but you got to be able to read on the fly while you're running full speed.
I don't want to put any less, importance on the outside receiver, but just because of who your quarterback is, it seems like it's much more important to have that skill in the slot with CJ. Is that like a fair way to put it?
I would say you have to be skillful everywhere, but CJ makes it a lot easier on us.
Emeka, thank you. Hey, we're going to do audience participation real quick, just so we make sure that we get his last name right. Okay, Emeka?
Egbuka.
No, okay, say Emeka first. Emeka?
Emeka.
Egbuka. There we go. Thanks, buddy.
Thank you, guys.
Stop calling me square.